Today on the Terrible Warriors, return to Rook, where our agents of the estate are closing in on the trail of Moriarty, but not before getting distracted by just about everything that comes their way. Yes, things are weird here. That's kind of the point, isn't it? Our agents of the estate, traveling through Rook, wondering if they'll ever return to the Earth they remember. They are your Terrible Warriors.
Welcome back, terrible listeners. I'm Derek the Bard, and I'm here with the Edmonton crew as we continue to explore the strange in this, the 6th episode of our ongoing game. And I'm joined with...
Will Mitchell.
West Count of the 404s. Shane Fitzgerald of Circuit 42.
Cameron Dunn of Viral Outbreak Gaming.
As Cam talks to his character sheet. I'm sorry, Cam, that was a low blow. Oh, burn.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Speaking of...
I just broke Cam a little bit by making a Full House reference.
Speaking of not being able to have nice things, you're in the back room of a cheap, off the beaten track, Rookian greasy spoon, reviewing the information given to you by the Quiet Cabal, eating your pang, which is apparently some kind of fried woodlouse now.
Yeah.
Giant woodlouse.
Oh yeah, like
The closest
plate itself.
The closest we could figure is that it's Chinese-ish.
It's a little Chinese. It's a little bit like that.
That's a heavy-ish.
It's a little bit like that Sardinian cheese Karamanzu, which has the living maggots in it.
Oh, fantastic.
It's a little bit like a plate of food from an Ethiopian restaurant the first time you go there.
Yeah, I don't know how this works, but oh my god, it's so good.
I haven't had a good Ethiopian in a while.
There's a place in town that's pretty okay. We should go sometime.
Excellent. Yeah, let's do that. A random place in town. They're not sponsoring us, though.
Exactly.
Our Patreon subscribers at patreon.com/Terrible Warriors are sponsoring us, however. Thank you very much.
I was about to make a brought to you by Tourism Edmonton joke, but it's not brought to you by Tourism Edmonton.
If Tourism Edmonton wants to give us money, oh my god, could we apply for a grant from the government of Alberta?
Oh, anything's possible.
Yeah. So we finish up our pang and we're reviewing this info.
Yep, and as you're doing that, a waiter lets himself in, starts clearing the plates away. He looks around at you guys. And this guy he looks more human than most of the people you've seen here. He doesn't have a lot of modifications. He has some, but...
Yeah, mostly cosmetic.
Yeah, exactly. You know, his skin is actually just very, very fine scales. He has a sixth and seventh finger on both of his hands. His hair is weird, like super, super thin tentacles that kind of move about of their own accord. But otherwise...
Cilia.
Okay, Darren, now you're just baiting me into Gravity Falls references.
7 fingers. Not 6. 7.
You would never have 6 fingers on your right hand, would you? My father was slaughtered by a 6 finger.
Do you always start conversations this way?
Incidentally, my roommate finally got on Twitter, and he messaged me basically saying, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die."
Always a good way to introduce yourself.
So, of course, I followed him.
Yeah. And as he's cleaning up the plates, he casually drops something on the table. And at first you think it's the bill, but you turn it over.
I'm going to telekinetically turn it over.
Yeah, no, it's a piece of, something like paper.
Yeah, some sort of cellulose.
Yep. And someone has written on it. It just says, "You will see the Oracle." And it gives a set of coordinates that are like an address in Harmonious.
All right. Does everybody remember the information on this hard drive? Because I think we may not want to take it to here.
Yeah.
If you remember what the boss said, if Rook is anything, it's riven with factionist violence. I think we've just been recruited by somebody else.
I'm curious to see what this Oracle wants.
I got a feeling this was not really an invite so much as a demand. You will see the Oracle.
Or if it's an Oracle, they might have already seen the future and know that you're coming to come meet them.
I'm tempted to have a premonition myself.
Do you want a premonition?
You know what?
probably-
Let's do it. Let's foresight inception this.
You know
Give
what?
me a
She's
roll.
probably baking the cookies for us as we speak.
Oh, my sweet summer child. That's what you think the Oracle looks like in Rook?
I got an 8.
Okay, let's see here. What do I give you for premonition? Learn one random fact about a person or location pertinent to your topic. Alternatively, learn level of creature, but cannot use power on it again. What do you want to learn?
I want to get a random fact about the Oracle or our meeting with it.
Okay. What you... Yeah, okay, so...
And are my premonitions the same sort of smoky stutter vision?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if it translated.
Fritz's eyes roll back in his head.
Oh.
He goes limp in his chair.
What? Stool.
Oh, yeah, stool. You fall off your stool.
He's been levitating. He floats.
And what you see is you get that... It's a dark room. And there's something almost serpentine moving in it. You hear like scales and just something slithers through it. And you hear a woman's voice. It has an odd accent. It has an odd echo to it almost.
A lot of sibilance.
All you hear is Moriarty. And then you come back.
Well, either we're going to speak about our suspect, or
The Oracle is our suspect?
no, I think we're going to either talk to her about our suspect, or else she's already spoken with him.
Then we need to follow up right now.
Yeah, the ceiling in here is really nice, and he sort of like gets back to a upright position.
You're only floating like a half inch above the ground.
Oh yeah, but nobody he was on his back looking at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Well then, gentlemen, shall we?
The little robot's like, shall we?
Yeah, I think we should.
Scooty Butt Jr.
Caster Cage wants to get out of this recursion so he can get out of this stupid body.
Caster Cage wants his limbs back. Caster Cage can only speak in the third person now.
Caster Cage wants his limbs back. All of them.
Caster Cage is about to become one of those guys on the real world.
Could have been.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, what should we do about our bit of intel from our recently acquired friend? What's the Rookian equivalent of a safety deposit box?
On your person at all times with an easy sight of your eyes or other optic organs.
All right, I guess we just... Does Castor have a cargo?
Dude, I'm
Cool.
like the size of like four stealth posts stacked on top of each other. Like I have.
I guess that's true. Yeah, you're not huge.
He does not have a...
Does not have any internal.
I mean, if you...
radio DJ who's basically the size of a football.
If you want to take him into
I
a...
was just thinking of the Roomba example. Like, well, Roombas have a little pin in them.
I mean, if you want to take him into a shop, I'm sure that someone could modify him for you.
That's true.
Take my silicon chip out and put me in a fucking battle droid. Something with limbs and a penis. I'm sure if we look around.
Why would a battle droid have a penis?
It's Rook. I don't care.
It's a Rook.
All intelligences have rights, man.
Psychological warfare. That's what it is. There's papillas. There's papillas.
Classic.
And of course, the bombs, the rockets, and the bullets are all shaped like dicks. What movie was it that had like? What animation was it with the thing that was like firing rockets but with pelvic thrusting? I can't remember what that was.
Shane, may I?
Amazing.
Could you look to the bookcase beside you?
Oh boy.
You want to look for a book by Warren Ellis. Should be white spine, and it should say Global Frequency on it. I need you to pass me this. I believe, just pass me both of them. There's a picture I want to show you of what I'm imagining you looking like right now, Will.
What?
And believe me, this picture is worth 1,000 words.
Where are we?
It should be white spine.
Oh, wait.
No, other way. Other direction. Pass me both. Global Frequency? Nope, that's...
Fell.
For our listeners, Derek the Bard is, in fact, a skilled librarian amongst his other many talents, but our difficulty finding the book is also due to the fact that his collection is vast.
Yeah, just put it on the shelf. Okay. Yeah, just
Sort that
I'll
out
fix
before
it later. Yeah, just pull both of those out. My collection is vast. It's actually 3 Billy
I
bookcases.
can attest to the vastness of his collection because I helped him move.
Shane did help me move. He's awesome that way. Okay, it's the second one. It's the same. That means it's the weird one. As the series went on, it just got stranger. Ha ha.
Wah, wah.
Relevant strange joke. Continue planning.
Out, though. So like, I think we should sort of just go here first. I guess the other guy didn't really give us.
Sadly, this
timeline.
isn't the first time in Terrible Warriors history where a dick robot has brought the plot to a screeching halt.
What was the other time?
Expendables 3.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah!
Oh man,
Welcome to a battle chrysalid.
nice.
Oh my. Yeah! Put me in one of those.
Yeah,
No, you don't want to. It definitely does not have
yeah, it
a...
definitely hurts.
Oh, here's another one in its full glory.
Oh, fantastic.
Awesome.
You know what, terrible listeners? I'm going to make a note of this, and I'm going to post a picture of it up on our Twitter feed so that you can go look at it later and see it in all of its horror.
But before you do, fair warning, if you've ever seen the ABC Warbots from Judge Dredd, it kind of looks like somebody tried to put skin on it.
A little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we should. I think we should head.
And
out,
quite
guys.
frankly, if you're interested in it, I don't want to know what the penis on that thing looks like.
Can we
I'm
stop
medically
talking
curious.
about RoboDick now?
I think that's a.
I was getting enough
fine
airtime. I know
so-
where this is going. I think Big Mike kind of cornered the market on RoboDick. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways,
Anyway, so you
this
exit...
isn't the
You
bill,
didn't
so
help.
we should leave before they give us the bill.
Toe stiffed you on the
You're the
bill.
one who named it Penetato.
Hey man, let's just let it go. Let it go.
Okay.
Just
Actually,
be
good
like
idea.
Elsa and let it go, man.
Really? You went there?
I'm about to break out in song. We need to roll.
I guess I leave a tip for this waiter dude.
Don't eat the yellow snow.
Okay, I want to...
Do they even do tipping in Rook?
Is urine even yellow here?
I really feel the need to change the subject because I kind of forced this down this rabbit hole much farther than we should have gone. For my root gear, it says I have one weapon, but we haven't specified what that is.
Yeah,
yet.
I'm imagining for you it's probably a projectile of some kind.
Okay.
Can I specify
Would it
for
be
mine?
something particularly native to root?
Yes.
Okay, so we
it-
got to figure out what that is.
It probably shoots like poison spines or something. I was an idiot and didn't stick a bookmark in the page with the weapons on
I've
it.
never been a fan of poison weapons. So,
Believe me, almost every weapon in Rook is poisoned.
fair enough.
It's not just enough to put a hole in a guy. You got to put a hole and fill it with strychnine.
That's mundane by Rook standards.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Our Dunn
Then
equipment.
again, I'm the guy who wants to run a Shadowrun game, and there have been...
Oh yeah,
if anybody
forgotten.
follows Spoonie's series Counter Monkey, he did start that series by telling us about
Ah,
the
here we are.
Gun Wars, which was basically filling super soakers with, tactile drugs and squirting them at each other.
Shane, you have a spike pistol.
Nice.
Is there a picture?
Maybe.
Because right now I'm just picturing the spiker from Halo. Ooh, that's cool though.
It's kind of
I
got an
like that.
Existence look to it.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
can my
yeah.
light weapon be the Existence chicken gun? We already mentioned it.
Yes.
Awesome.
We'll,
done.
we'll say that that's a needler.
Yeah, great.
I have a medium weapon. What would that be?
I'm just going to give you guys all spike throwers.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
You basically just all have different sizes of the Existence gun because it's Rook,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Wes
the gun
has
Duck
a flashlight.
Turkey gun.
Legitimate gun that's
flashlight,
literally
like-
made out of one creature that you just took apart and put back together again.
It spits
literally in
teeth.
the middle of a restaurant.
It
Yeah.
spits human teeth.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Wes, I think the unfortunate thing is that when they made your focus, they kind of assumed that it might be taken by like a paradox who
Yeah.
could then have the power to shoot lightning bolts anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. That's
You're not bitter.
That's okay. No,
He's going to make it work.
you know what? Lest we forget Nightbane, where I had the least physical stats out of everybody, and I was still incredibly useful.
It's
Yep.
true.
Yes.
It's true. So you
Living proof
you
that
use-
you don't need to be a great big Billy badass in order to be and probably the most useful person in the group. That being said, you accomplished that with a ladle. Let's not forget. Yeah, lest we forget, one day, terrible listeners, I'll play a combat pig, and you're all going to regret it.
well, it's more or less what you did in Pugmire.
Yeah, man. time.
Yeah, it's true. Robin was pretty combat focused.
Yeah.
And shit on people's carpets.
But that's a lot of other games. Let's play this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's go to see the Oracle.
Okay, you use Wes's internal navigation system
Nice.
to.
We're off to see the Oracle, the wonderful Oracle of Rook.
You're like, you just get to the end of it, it's like, that doesn't rhyme at all. And as you go through the streets, you pass through actually a very nice district where there are flowers everywhere.
Not gonna smell them.
I'm gonna smell a flower.
Give me a body roll.
14.
Oh, good. You start to sniff it, and then you pull your nose back as you realize the internal part of the flower has little tentacles in it, and they reach up towards you. And you're like, wow, okay, the flowers here are dangerous.
I'm gonna put that down.
Yeah, you were both pollinated with your DNA.
Yeah. And as you watch, someone walks in with something that kind of looks like a cow, and they walk it into a field of flowers, and then they run the fuck away.
And it just...
Yeah, and the cow just starts sinking into the field, and it starts bleeding in pain.
Nice.
As it just becomes almost like a fine mist.
That is the most metal thing I think I've ever seen.
And there are very clearly delineated and walled-off pathways through this flower district.
Yeah.
And
You
you're...
just referenced the Wizard of Oz. I'm just imagining like the flower fields
Oh, yeah.
leading to the Emerald City.
Oh, puppies, puppies,
Oh my
puppies,
God.
puppies.
Yeah. So yeah, we continue on.
Yep, and you pass through... And the buildings start just growing up around you. And you think you're starting to get into what must be like Rook's financial district, something like that, where even though people are heavily modified, they're still dressed very conservatively. And they're just going about their business. You're not paid much attention.
Yeah.
And you eventually arrive at the coordinates. And it is a tall, tall building. And it's just this nacreous spire. Looks like it was excreted by some kind of shellfish. The outside of it has that pearly sheen to it. And the windows are on twisted organic angles in between like the spiral nature of the shell.
Cool. Well, I suspect they already know we're coming, right?
Yep.
And I lost my disguise clothes, so that won't help either.
Yeah.
What would you disguise yourself as
One of
here?
those business
barely
dudes.
know anything about this world?
They wanted to see
You're
us,
like a
man.
worker there.
For all we know, any disguise you wear could have you cross-dressing.
You have a real thing against that happening with any of the PCs in these games.
Not really. Is there something you can tell the class? Are you secretly a cross-dresser?
Because that's okay, man. We're very accepting
Yeah,
here.
Really accepting.
Like we're really accepting. All right, so in we go.
In you go. Yep. You walk towards the doors. The doors open up, pulled back by muscle fibers that you can actually see embedded into the wall. You think this thing may actually legitimately
actually
be
alive.
one giant shellfish. Yeah. And you enter into the lobbyway. The interior is that same nacreous compound. The floors are shining. The light beams in from these spiral windows. And there are people just going about their business in these very conservative, very almost sciencey, like white full body suits. And they're modified, but it's more subtle modifications. Nothing is horrible or incredibly mutated, but it's all subtle plays on the human body, and it takes you a while looking at someone to realize what their mods are.
Nice.
And there is actually a receptionist desk.
Yeah.
Mind you, when you get up to the receptionist desk, you realize that the person under it is physically tethered to it, and they just sort of end at the waist, and then it's just like muscle fibers going all around the desk.
Pilot style.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
little bit of Farscape going on.
Yep.
Cool. We're here to see the Oracle.
I believe she knows we're coming.
And tilts head. You will take the blue elevator. The blue elevator will go down. When you have reached the place you are looking for, you will know. You will be seen to.
That's vague.
Thank you.
Oh, that's suitably terrifying. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Now he's starting to
Have a
become,
joyous
now
day.
he's starting to become claptrap. Thank you. That is suitably terrifying.
Oh my god! Yes.
It was useful as a claptrap.
I'm having a pizza party. You should be invited.
Please don't. Everybody show up to my pizza party. Please, for the love of God. Or maybe that's the way I'll actually kill people. If I don't know my pizza party, they'll kill themselves.
Directive 3: dance.
I was waiting for it.
People know that I love claptrap because just behind me is the tower of my computer, and there are 4 claptraps on it.
Yes, it's been an ongoing theme of this series.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess we hop in the blue elevator.
Yep. The elevators are. They're not super color coded,
but they have like bioluminescent. Like,
yeah, exactly.
stuff on them.
Exactly. Just bioluminescent. They're not really runes. They're just sort of geometric patterns worked into them.
They can be whatever color they kind of need to be, probably.
Exactly. And as you walk up, one of them flashes blue.
In we go.
And someone who's actually waiting in front of it looks at it, walks to the next elevator.
I'm just gonna Dr. Fritz is sort of curious, just get a look at this person. Are they scared? Are they nervous? Or
reverent? More
reverent. Awesome. That makes sense. Okay, so yeah.
Yep. You get into the elevator, and the elevator descends. It descends rapidly. It descends with no sound of actual mechanisms. It's moving, but it's not mechanically
It's
moving.
being ferried or swallowed, perhaps, in some sort of disgusting internal esophagus.
More like some kind of vacuum chamber, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
And it reaches the bottom, or at least somewhere that would seem like the bottom, and the doors open. And they open into a very dimly lit chamber. There's bioluminescent...
I draw my flashlight. Damn it, that's one of my only things I can do.
He did a
And you
thing.
gave him a flashlight. If you give him else a cookie, like...
I feel...
If you only have a hammer...
Can I just blind the Oracle? Once again...
Or just, there's not going to be a big reveal. Just like, click, oh, that's what you are.
Once again, I'm referencing Counter Monkey, but I feel like he might as well have just said, I throw acid at the door!
GM attempts to provide moody location where things are seen in vague shadows. It's just like I throw a flashlight.
You did this to me!
No, Wes. You picked it out of the envelope yourself.
2 things.
No, John, you are the demon.
Derek, 2 things. 1, this is the guy that kind of put the kibosh on my moment during Suicide Squad when he pantsed me with telepathy. Sorry. And 2,
Telekinesis.
And telekinesis, whatever.
Be glad I didn't give him telepathy.
And 2...
Hobomancer telepathically controls you to vote for Ross Burrow, even though as convicts you can't vote.
I did a thing. And 2, let this be a lesson to you. Stop turning us into robots!
Once! I turned one of you into a robot once!
Gonk droids, damn it.
That was your choice.
Was that my choice? You tricked me!
No, I told you this is what you're going to. This is what the option to have you in the game as.
After I agreed to play, thinking you would at least make me like a pilot or a soldier or something, not a freaking trash can with legs.
You were a power droid, and you had better stats than most of the party.
At least you had legs.
So
You'll never
what do
let
we
that
see
go.
moving in the dark?
Okay, well, there's no darkness anymore.
Yeah,
Because Wes just turned on his super LED flashlight, and in the middle of this grotto, it's just like a grotto-like room that's carved out of the underside of Harmonious, is a 30-foot-long biomechanical snake woman.
cool.
She's green. She's like her coils are long enough that they're wrapped in places around the room. There's kind of like a giant stalagmite pillar for her to wrap around in the middle.
Nice.
And there are little alcoves where there are small pieces. There are small like glowing fungi that have been cultivated. Like the room has obviously been cultivated for its moodiness.
Yeah, and I imagine like when the light hits it, a bunch of things just like retract.
Yeah.
Like anemone style.
I feel like this is the point where at least one of our mutual acquaintances in Terrible Warriors would ask if she was hot. Well, is she?
When
Yeah,
it says
is she?
30-foot
Yeah.
snake person, I mean...
Remember Connell once asked if the Lady of Pain was hot.
I mean, people are into Monster Musume, so...
One moment while I show you a picture of what she looks like.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, I could send you to the world where people ride starfish around.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
This is really fun.
Yeah, until the starfish eats you.
Everything's fun until the starfish eats you.
That's the Oracle.
I've got worse.
Cool. Oh, does she have the sweet Cylon visor?
Yes, she has a sweet Cylon visor.
Awesome!
Oh yeah, I forgot their she's way higher level than you guys.
Well, I kind of
And you just
assumed so.
blind
I'm not
her.
looking to... Yeah.
Well, you didn't blind her, but she looks at you. At you, Wes. Caster Cage, you're going to turn off the light.
Sure am, ma'am. Click. Sorry. Wow, you're good. Oh, a giant, like 30-foot long snake woman. You usually want to do what she says. Also, she could probably swallow me whole. Sorry about that. Dark hallways. I have literally one shtick, and I'm going to be good at it while I'm here.
You picked a strange form to translate into
I didn't
here.
pick the form. This is all kind of new to us. Trust me, he did not choose this.
So you wanted to
Didn't
see
you?
us? Ma'am? Miss? How should I address you?
I am the Oracle.
Alright, but like an indefinite article? You know what, I'm just going to stick to the Oracle. That's cool. You do you.
Let's see here.
To quote Markiplier, you do you, I'll do me. We won't do each other. Probably.
Probably.
You have come here looking for someone.
Yes, we have.
You have come here looking for James Moriarty.
And flashback in Dr. Fritz's head briefly.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, man. That's what we're here for.
He is known to me.
And I take it you're not too fond of him?
It is not for me to be fond or not fond of anyone, but his plans are dangerous.
Cool.
What's his plans exactly?
That I am not able to fully reveal to you now. That is not the time for you to know them. I can tell you that you have only scratched the surface of his operation. The spiral dust is not the end, it is only the means. He does not create it, he merely supplies it, studies it, experiments upon it, seeks to understand it.
In that sense, I'm a bit sympathetic to him. But, do you know what its source is? Is it coming from Rook or elsewhere?
The spiral dust is not something that you need be concerned about now. It is a danger, but not the danger that Moriarty poses. The spiral dust endangers a few hundred, a few thousand. Moriarty endangers realities.
I suppose, but if it's a means, the best way to prevent an end is to get rid of the means,
Yeah, and our
man.
mission currently was to figure out about the
But that being
spiral
said,
dust.
we're not the ones called the Oracle, so hey.
The spiral dust is a drug. When I say that it is a means to an end, it is not his only means. It is only one method of inquiry. James Moriarty seeks to study travel, translation, the spark. One way to study this is through a drug which causes people to translate whether they wish to or not, which moves its users between realities.
Oh,
I believe-
alright.
So what you're saying is Moriarty wants to access the dark energy network.
Moriarty is already able to access the strange. He is himself a recursor. How do you think he escaped from his own world?
But he wants to know how to control it better.
He wishes to understand it. That understanding in his hands is dangerous because he is a dangerous man. More importantly, he is a dangerous man because he was written that way. Keep in mind that though Moriarty himself is quickened, that he has the spark, that he is able to travel recursions, he is still the creation of a human who he was written to serve a purpose. His purpose, well, you are of Earth. What was James Moriarty's purpose? Why was he written?
Oh wait, I know this one actually. I know this one. He was meant to stump Robert Downey Jr. in that movie. Oh yeah, he's supposed to like make his own Iron Man armor. That's right, right?
Close, man.
If
While we
if
were
I
at the
could-
hotel, I did a bit of reading.
Right. James Moriarty was the adversary of Sherlock Holmes, a fictional detective.
And how do you describe Sherlock Holmes on Earth?
Well, he's the greatest detective ever.
So you're dealing with a man who is written to be the adversary of the greatest detective. Thus he must in turn be the greatest criminal. Or at least he must be the greatest criminal thinker.
Yeah.
What could a man like that want with the strange, do you wonder?
Well, it depends on the kind of criminal he is. If he's all about trying to profit himself...
Which he wasn't.
He could use it to get wealth and power, but if he more wanted to disrupt things and break the system, which he generally did, a lot of inapposite gates in places they don't belong, people translating into dangerous things where they don't belong, that's a recipe for chaos.
Imagine for a moment that your entire existence is designed to foil one man, and then one day you realize that there is more to the world than that there are more worlds than that.
Is he trying to find his Sherlock Holmes?
He likely already knows exactly where his Sherlock Holmes is.
But I mean,
If
like,
I may.
an even better one.
If I may, I admit to being a great fan of Sherlock Holmes as a child. It was one of the reasons I became a detective in my own world. From what I understand, James Moriarty was indeed an equal to Sherlock Holmes in intellect. That was his greatest strength. However, he considered himself superior to Sherlock Holmes, and in many ways that became a weakness of his. Perhaps by expanding his knowledge of his world and all the other worlds, he wants to prove his superiority to everyone.
It is entirely possible. Do you understand what I tell you, though, about him?
Well, there's no question that he is a clear and present danger to all of reality if he continues on his path, as you say he is.
I can tell you that Rook is one of his stops, but it is not the only one. You are dealing with a seasoned recursor. You are dealing with one who is many times older than you.
I suppose what we really need to know is what he needs.
What he needs is crime.
Can you give us any idea as to his next move?
Well, he's back on Rook. You're on Rook.
At least he was.
He seeks to gain something on Rook. Something that will aid him as his empire expands. What does an empire need?
Soldiers.
An army. Those
Chrysalis.
chrysalids.
Yeah.
I can also...
He's recently been tasked by the Quiet Cabal to deal with a weapon of theirs, these battle chrysalis things. That sounds like something Moriarty would want to get his hands on.
It is indeed. I will give you one final bit of advice. On Rook there is no truth. There is only many sides of the crystal, many facets. The truth here is a three-edged sword.
Your side, their side, and the truth.
Except what is the truth?
Point of view.
Exactly.
I saw that from an episode of Babylon 5.
I took it from an episode of Babylon 5.
You kind of got the haircut going on.
In essence, the truth is... In some ways, the truth is what you make of it. It seems on Rook, the truth is what you can gain from it.
And thus you understand something more about this place. You will go now.
Thank you very much.
And you go back up.
I'm kind of raising, like, the other side. Can I turn my flashlight on to find my way out, back out?
You can easily find your way back to the blue
Yeah,
elevator.
we walked in a straight line from the
Bioluminescent.
We assume the time of mood lighting is over.
Yes, it's Stan Rogers' greatest contribution to the world, the lights down the side telling us how to get out.
Take the elevator back up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it going back up just our luck that we would meet the Rookian equivalent of Kosh Narnik.
Yeah, but I got a feeling that that's going to be really useful, that stuff. Well, let's see if we can get one step ahead of him.
Let's find those droids.
Yeah.
We gotta find the droids that we are looking for.
I mean, we
Fair
can
enough.
make them find us.
Well, I mean, we do have the coordinates. We are supposed to try and retrieve them if possible.
Okay,
But
so
just between you and me, I think we should destroy him.
I think we should mount myself in one.
I mean, that goes without saying.
Destroy all
Yeah.
of them except the one you
that's
need.
honestly not a bad idea. I mean, like he's basically stuck in this little
Football. Jam my
thing.
football into their cranial cavity and see what fucking happens. I have no arms!
Or we'll get you some armor.
Or you're actually residing within the chip that's in the robot. We could just take the chip out and put it into one of these chrysalis.
Yeah, he's got all sorts of ports on him.
So why do I imagine you're going to end up
That's
working
actually
on
something I
it?
did in the game in college. A buddy of ours got a hold of a deck of many things. He pulled a card that basically trapped his soul inside a gem. We came across like a shadow golem kind of thing. We basically put the gem in that, and that was his character.
Nice. So yeah, let's...
He gained like 3 levels doing that.
Cool.
Yeah, where exactly did he want us to go again?
Somewhere in the scar.
So the scar. For this, you're actually going to have to grab the Rookian equivalent of public transit.
Oh, I'm imagining some sort of like Dolly-style camel palanquin thing.
I imagine it's like warp travel in Warhammer 40k where we go through hell.
Well, it's a little bit like what Will said. It's a little bit like the cat bus.
Nice.
You still have yet to explain that to me, by the way,
Voiced
but
by
that's another
Frank
story.
Welker.
Pretty much all animal voices are voiced by Frank Welker in Hollywood at this
Yeah,
point.
more or less.
For good or ill.
He's just amazing.
He sure
He
is.
is.
Sure is.
Well, you load up. Inside, it asks for your destination,
We give the coordinates that the hard drive had told us.
and it crawls along on its cilia legs. And Wes robotically sneezes.
Yeah. I've got a case of the robo-herpes.
Well,
How
that's
did he get
unfortunate.
I
those?
didn't know that sneezing was a symptom of that. That's,
Everything's weird in Rook.
I guess that's enlightening.
It
You might
lets
be getting too weird for Rook.
and you arrive near the edge of the scar, but you still have to walk there.
Now, when they call it the scar, are they calling it the scar because when Harmonious
Yep.
detached from the main chunk of Rook,
Oh, no.
it was like flesh.
It looks like
ripped
something
off.
hit Harmonious at some point.
Oh, okay.
And so it's this cascade of broken city that actually goes down on a slow angle until it hits the ground. And it bridges into this the shitty slum city on the bottom
Cool.
that lives in the shadow of Harmonious.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And you get these, it's just like crumpled building. It's like someone, it's like when you get to the edge of Harmonious, it suddenly becomes Fallout.
All right.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's probably the best way to describe it. Is it looks like a city in Fallout, where the city is just crumbled apart. And there's still bits of buildings. And it's obvious that people live here because there's tagging on the walls.
See, now I'm imagining our public transport not exactly being like a cat bus, more like a dude whose hat is a bus. Anyways.
Do we see any signs of life? when
Honestly,
we
with
go
everything
there?
that we've seen so far,
give me a
I
roll,
assume
Cam.
By Star
Okay.
District, we basically
I
had Star
don't
Tissue.
know.
That's a 20.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, Cam got a 20
Holy shit.
on looking for information, looking for any life. What you see, Cam, is people... You actually do spot people, and they duck inside as you approach. And you're pretty sure that this street is actually... It's either watched or patrolled by someone, but they're staying out of the way because they don't know who you guys are.
Okay.
And probably nothing good takes this way down.
Exactly. Nothing good gets into the scar.
I mean, I might just try and flash some bits again, see if I can.
Okay, well, I mean, you could always do a nanomachine cloud, because it does let you scan objects and send your vision out there.
Nice. Okay, let's do that.
Okay. So you spend an intellect, but you have edge 2 for intellect, so you're good there. You can spend another 1 to infest more area. So yeah, your pores open up, and this cloud of nanomachines flies out from around you, and your vision expands out into them as they start sticking to objects and stuff. You almost get like a shotgun mic effect from buildings where you can kind of vaguely hear what's going on inside just by how they vibrate the walls.
Okay. Do I hear any
It's a really
interesting
nifty ability.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. Do you hear anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. The building nearest you that you saw a bunch of people duck into, they're definitely planning an ambush. Like, hey man, I think they might have some stuff on them. Yeah, we should just knock them over and take their bits. Yeah, it's been a while since anyone came down here. One guy in the back, you just faintly hear him muttering, I want an arm. I haven't eaten an arm in days. How am I supposed to keep up my parasitic arm if I don't eat other arms?
Okay. I'm gonna relay that to the group, kind of in a whisper, that they are planning on ambushing us.
I hide.
Give me a roll.
Oh god, this should be good.
Do my... Yeah, it says my...
Don't roll a 1.
nanomachines last
9.
10 hours?
You're good. Yep.
You got this nice fine mist of super senses.
Sweet.
Yep.
I kind of imagine when you did that, it's like, welcome to the Living Channel. And now, angry ticks will fire my nipples.
Yeah, so, Wes, you just kind of hug into the top shadows of an arch, and
Wes, you are indeed a banana.
you cannot be seen.
Okay.
My spoon is too big.
I live in a giant bucket.
I'm the Queen of France.
And of course, for my personal favorite, my anus is bleeding.
Oh god!
Yay!
I love the rejection.
Oh.
But anyways,
But anyway.
so yeah, we've been cued off that they're going to be coming after us. So just gonna brandish my pistol. You can see that even in this world, he doesn't really know what to do with a gun.
I'm gonna take my note as well. I'm gonna go out there and start yelling out.
Okay, what are you yelling?
Cool. Let's see. We don't have any bits for you, and we mean you no harm, but if you make us, we will retaliate.
Okay, give me a roll.
Cool.
See if you can intimidate them.
14.
That is a 14. Yeah, okay. 3 strange people with guns show up. Tell them to fuck off. They got guns. All I got's a stick. I got half an arm!
Me sees you have boomstick.
Alright, I guess we carry on.
They're not gonna...
Unless they want to try something fancy.
They don't appear to be trying anything fancy.
Awesome.
Cam went out of his way to try and intimidate them.
If they to try to actually attack us, I was going to just turn on my flashlight last minute. This is the voice of blah, 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 blah. Run away from my mortals.
Nice.
Okay, and we would also like to talk.
Give me another roll.
Alright. Probably not good. 11.
Nope.
Cool.
They're like, they want to talk. But they just told us to leave them alone. I don't know what to do, man. Are you eating that arm? I haven't eaten an arm in a while, guys.
You're eating my arm!
Yeah? What the hell?
That was my good arm.
Congratulations, Cam. You scared them all away.
Sweet.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Let's proceed on to...
They could have given us info, but at least they're not fucking with us.
Although maybe they couldn't have given us info. We don't know if these guys were
Yeah.
useful or not.
Yeah.
The guy was eating an arm. That generally implies that he's not useful.
Yeah, I suppose. I had half in mind that if we were to end up knocking him over, give his parasitic arm to you.
Well, he just would not give us a hand.
But
I approve.
Wait, can I?
okay, let's get back on track. Yeah.
Okay, I really shouldn't do that.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
That vibrated something hard.
Let's get back on track here because we got to find those chrysalids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the Uber bus monster takes us to.
It just took you to the edge of the scar.
Oh, it's not going any.
Oh, no.
It's not going
It ain't going in the
I don't
scar,
see any
man.
chrysalids with
Yeah.
my nanomachines at all.
Nope.
No.
No, we probably have to go pretty deep into the scar.
I
Simba.
assume whatever the Rook equivalent is of Simon Phoenix says, nobody comes down here.
Simba, all of Harmonious will be yours. What about down there? That is the scar. You don't
Not
go
go
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do?
I'm gonna keep following his directions and
Okay.
make our way.
At the burned out husk of a building, turn left.
He's providing GPS directions.
Nice.
I am about as useful as an iPhone.
At that rotting
That's
corpse
pretty damn
nailed to a wall over there, continue straight for 100 meters.
At the bloody shrine of madness, take the roundabout.
Pretty much. And I'm going to roll for a random encounter while you're here.
Yay! Wandering monsters.
The book gives me a random encounter table to use.
Maybe I can buy drugs off these ones too.
Just every kind of drug, you got a different recursions that they're just like
Just keep
different-
taping them to my body so I could like rotate and inject them
Yeah.
with different things.
I just checked
Yeah,
what's
turn you into an imperial torture droid.
Yeah.
I just checked what's his sheet to see if he has self-destruct because that'd be the difference between him being between him being an iPhone 7 and a Samsung Galaxy Note.
I mean, he's got a grenade that destroys reality.
Yeah.
Does have that.
That's a little bit, yeah.
I'm saving that for the My Little Pony recursion.
That's fair.
totally fair.
It's like we
You
don't...
see Pinkie Pie, bang! Not even a question.
Oh, wow, it's even native to Rook.
Oh, great.
Okay, well, great.
I mean, probably not.
So
great,
the
but-
bus dropped you off, and you
Yeah.
start walking. And then you see what looks like it might be another kind of vehicle coming up in the distance. Or at least you think it might be a vehicle. I mean, anything's possible. It's certainly the size of a small vehicle.
This part of town is sufficiently Mad Max for me to be very uneasy about a vehicle approaching us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This area reminds me of like a very obscure 1980s action cartoon called Spiral Zone.
Spiral Zone is not obscure in my heart.
Yeah, it's not obscure in the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I just dated myself a little bit.
No, it's okay. It's a great show.
Okay, can just everybody roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
Oh, boy.
I don't like that.
I got a 7. Oh, man. Your dice hate me, and my dice hate me.
16 for me.
20.
Oh, 19.
Oh, 19? Okay, great. Good, that's minor
And
advantage.
18.
Okay. Cam and Shane, you get a good look at it. Because it's meandering towards you, but it looks like that.
The one on the left?
That thing.
I don't like it. Can I shoot it?
You roll to shoot it. Sure. Do you want to spend any effort?
Yeah, I will spend effort.
Okay, so you so that's a might check. Sorry, that's a speed check.
Yeah.
So you need to spend 2 points of speed to get that speed edge. Give me a roll.
13.
Let's see here. So that's oh nope. Damn. You shoot a spike at it and it goes wide.
Okay.
You do not hit it. But it turns its head towards you.
Well, I told everybody to fuck up.
It's,
and they're not fucking.
It's covered in these big black pustule tumor-like things that drip this purple liquid out of them, and you realize, Shane, as the liquid hits the ground, it starts smoking.
Oh, fuck.
It's dripping some kind of weird acid or enzyme or something out of it.
It's got tumor guns.
What is it with us and attracting animals that bleed acid?
And as you watch, as it starts ambling towards you, remember I mentioned the decaying corpse stapled to a wall with a spike? Mm-hmm. It walks up to that. Its mouth opens and opens and opens. It has no teeth. It just has a set of tentacles inside and this purple acid goo. And it begins eating the body.
I was this close to calling you cute.
My friends, I think we should retreat before this thing takes more notice of us.
I hide.
This is a.
I just shot it.
Yeah, I know, but it's eating now. Shall we?
I hide.
Yeah, let's go.
Hide in the rubble.
I believe we should cheese it.
Will, give me just a roll.
Oh boy, he's got some sort of psychic powers. I got a roll of 18.
Ooh.
Just enough. No, I want to see if you were speaking quietly enough for it to not hear you.
Oh, nice. Of course it speaks to Rook. Of course it does.
I hide.
Yeah, let's go. Let's aim straight.
Okay, everybody give me a roll.
That's better, 15.
8.
3.
Like a scientist, Wes, you're fine. You're always
5.
fine.
Oh,
Gotta turn off the flash.
we're on that.
Well, it is at this point I'm going to tell you that you needed to beat an 18.
Oh shit. Oh, super shit.
And you try and hide, but you make some noise. Like, you kick over a bunch of rubble by accident as you get behind a wall.
Well, if you get behind a wall and you're back to it, and then the
campaign
wall
my
just disintegrates at a time.
We're all dead.
And it turns its
Eyeless
eyeless, pustule-filled head towards you. And it takes and it starts walking towards you. And it's going to... I don't roll in this game, I forgot. Let's see here. Is it an area effect? It's not area effect. Who rolled the worst? You rolled a 5. Who rolled a 5? Somebody?
Was there a 3?
Cam rolled a 5. I rolled a 3.
Shane, give me a roll. Do you want to spend any speed points on this?
Yes.
Okay, you spend 1 speed to gain... okay.
Dodge that ass.
Oh, you just barely dodged it. It shoots one of the black pustules at you, and you hear this loud, organic popping sound as it ejects from the thing's flesh, flies towards you, lands on the ground like a couple, and splatters, and you just barely get out of the splatter zone of it. And it stinks of... It actually smells like bile or like stomach acid.
Yeah. It's probably because it's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
Will, do you want to give me a roll?
I do want to give you a roll because you
Do you want to
asked.
spend any...
Int stuff on it? I already saw the roll, so I suppose it's too late.
Okay, you know what, Wes? I will also give it to you because you have the tech hookup.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend any intellect points on it?
Sure do.
Okay, you want to go for 1 effort?
Yep.
Just mark off 1 intellect. Shane, remember to mark off your speed.
Right.
That,
Is that a 1?
That's totally a 1.
yeah, it's a 1.
The PC has an allergic reaction to an enzyme orb attack. In addition to is affected as if by a... How does that even work on you?
Robot! But, I mean, it's Rook's biomechanical, right? Think about all the times that Voyager caught a cold with its biocrystals.
He's affected as if by a
Or
disease.
I got a computer virus.
Well, the enzyme's fucking with some kind of organic compound that you've got in your hover body, and you start wobbling a little bit in the air, and suddenly the world is really funny.
It's gonna eat me.
The
We
robot
really need
is
to get out
drunk.
of here, my friends.
Did you just give him robo-syphilis?
Does anybody want to attack, or are you guys going to run?
Running did not work,
If
so I'm
nobody
a
will,
fight
we
it.
kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and attack this thing. It's got all these pustules on it. When it launched it instead of like popping it, right?
Yeah.
And it's leaking this stuff in a few places. But like,
Yeah.
is it covered in the stuff, or is it just like leaking it out?
It's like suppurating pustules.
Okay, so where this stuff is touching it doesn't seem to be harming it.
Right.
But it only has a limited number of these, right?
Well, you don't know that.
I don't know that. You're right. But you know what? I'm just going to give it a try. I'm going to use my telekinesis to smack some of the more prominent pustules on this thing's butt.
Give me a roll.
Hope that it turns around and runs. I got a 17.
Not quite enough.
So it just like roll and vibrates.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
jello.
Yeah, you you telekinetically knock some stuff onto it, but it doesn't really
It
affect
doesn't
it much.
care. No, okay.
So basically, your telekinesis is kind of ending up like in South Park, where it's all just kind of.
I'm moving stuff. It's just not doing anything.
I am going to shoot at it.
Shoot it.
Shoot it.
Shoot it.
15.
You miss.
This thing is way above our
You
level.
guys are going to need to start spending some effort when you're opening fire
okay.
on it. If
we expect to win.
Yeah. How much effort you want to spend on this, Shane? You want to spend 1 effort or 2?
I'll spend 1 effort.
Okay. Mark off a speed point.
Okay. Ooh.
Is that
That's a 19.
That's a 19. You hit it. How much damage does a spike pistol do? Oh, right, it's a medium weapon, so it does, what is it, 4?
I think so.
Yes, 4 points of damage, but you rolled a 19, so it does more. You got a minor critical. It does... Okay, Shane, you can either do it 9 points of damage, or you could do a knockback or a distract. You could you'll either do 7 points of damage, or you could do 4 points of damage and a minor effect.
Do we want to kill this thing, or do we just want to get away with it? Let's not forget why we're out here.
Yeah, that's the thing.
This is distracting us from the more important goal.
And we've got to get to it before Moriarty does.
Exactly. So
I'd rather get away from this if we could.
Yeah. So let's go with 4
Distract.
damage and distract.
Sure. You hit it with a spike, and you hit it just on the side of its head, so it turns with the wound, and it seems to be a little bit out of it.
Then let's fucking run.
Yeah.
Will, did you roll to shoot it at all?
No. I used my telekinesis on it
Right.
to no effect.
Okay. Wes, give me one more roll.
Sure.
Nice.
18.
Okay. I will give you this, however, Wes, as you're going into your super happy, giggly, weird computer virus mode. You connect halfway to the all song, and you use the picture of this thing to figure out what it is. It's called a meroid, or a marrow seeker.
Okay.
It eats genetic information to gain information about species. And they kind of they were originally used to preserve genetic material.
Right.
But they kind of mutated over time because, it's a weird species of thing. And they tend to show up where damage to Rook's physical structure have occurred, like in the scar.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be genetic databases, essentially.
Right.
That's why I ate the dead guy. It's basically just preserve.
It's going after his bone marrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's possible to actually access some of their information. Because that's what they're designed for. They're designed to provide that genetic information. But you'd have to figure out a way to calm it down and attract it first.
Okay.
So they're kind of like carnivorous hard drives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We'll go with that analogy. It's not exact, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
Does this affect your strategy at all, or do you just want to keep running away?
I actually have a plan.
You have a drunken-ass plan.
I can do this, guys. I got it. On my next action, I'm going to fly straight at it.
That's where we're going to end the episode. Caster Cage suicide bombing the Meroid.
Oh boy.
So, going off on this cliffhanger, I've been your GM for this evening. I'm Derek the Bard from Chase the Views, and I'm joined with
Will Mitchell.
Wes Gunn.
Shane Fitzgerald.
Cameron Dunn.
I can't wait to see how this is going to go.
Horribly.
He's Carter Graysoning the Marrow Seeker.
He is Carter Graysoning at the Meroid. It's true. And thank you, Shane, for making me not the only person to make that reference on this show. See you later, folks.
Terrible Warriors has new episodes out every Thursday and every Tuesday. And every Thursday this month are new episodes of The Strange. So you can come back next week and hear what happens. On Tuesdays, we're alternating back and forth between 2 ongoing campaigns, and this coming Tuesday is Ravenloft, Dead by Dawn's Light. Our adventurers have traveled into a castle to return the body of a dead child. But not all has been as it seems. And now if they don't get out by the morning's light, they'll never get out at all. Let's just say the odds are not looking good. And on the other Tuesdays of the month is a return to our After the Bomb world in a campaign set in Mutants in Orbit. It's exactly what it says on the tin. The mutants are going to space. And you can follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors. You can support us on Patreon if you wish at patreon.com/Terrible Warriors. Thank you if you already are a supporter. And in doing so, you could become an NPC mentioned in a future campaign or even join us at the table and play the game. Like we've got going on in both our Mutants in Orbit and Ravenloft campaigns have Patreon supporter players. We're also trying out this postcard thing. If you're interested in getting a postcard at the conclusion of a campaign, sign up now. We'll send them out. Today's Terrible Warriors were Derek Burrow, Shane Fitzgerald, Wes Gunn, Cameron Dunn, and Will Mitchell. And until we meet again, thank you for listening, for downloading, for sharing, liking, reviewing, for playing games, for telling stories, for being a terrible warrior.